Hello and welcome. This is Donna. I have a couple things. I have a Happy Mail share, and I also have a flip through of the journal that I just went ahead and finished. First, I would really like to take a moment to thank you this wonderful artist, Terry Fletcher, who is the sister of a really good friend of mine, mailed this to me from Washington State. And if you're interested in her Instagram, it's Terry Fletcher 2122. Just amazing art. She's also a textile artist. The whole family's incredible artists, and I'm very, very blessed to have such great friends. She sent me 1940s patterns because she saw on Instagram that I was doing stuff with the vintage patterns, and they're stunning. They're absolutely stunning. So I wanted to share that with you. There's one. And I love that somebody wrote on these. 40 cents. Thinking the 40s. They look 40s to me. There was, I couldn't find a date on anything. Vogue patterns. Just lovely. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. I really appreciate it. So this is the journal that we did some collages for it. So I had these old handles from a dresser, and I covered it in doilies, and I saved mainly the image of the woman here, and you can push that back. There is a seam binding bow here. I ran seam binding through here, lots of different lace. There's some old cray paper right there, and then some of my supplies, my millinery supplies off the hats. So let's find where the tie is here and get right in there. Okay, so it's packed full. I just can't help it. I just keep adding stuff. So right here we have a pocket from a linen napkin and a little tag plate so someone can write their name in it. I have filled this with a lot of really neat original vintage postcards. This one was 1909. Just so fun. And the backing and a lot of the tuck pockets are made from the piano paper. And I really love the ferns in there. So vintage music sheets, and then some papers. I decorated most of the papers. Yeah, I'm trying to hold this so you can see it. This is a glassine bag with a card. I'm just going to toss those stuff that way. And it flips over, and there is just some little card ephemeras in there. And then I put a bow on there, decorated that, and then I put a little hinge. So it opens up, and one of my flashcards. A lot of washi tape throughout this journal, lots of seam binding, a French textbook, lots of different laces, embellished, fussy cut image from a botanical book, and the tulips, love the tulips, lots of washi. And then here is a tuck that is made from the piano paper. Let me pull some of this stuff out. Just little extra, little ephemera. And you can see it's 2 pockets, vintage wallpaper and sewing tissue. 19, I can't quite make it out. Oh, this is somebody's, they paid their taxes, school taxes in 1944. They were $34. Imagine that one. Wouldn't that be nice? So put that there. Once again with the ferns and just little extras. This is a paper clip that I decorated. I love the Tim Holtz paper so much. Sometimes it's hard for me to cover it. So just sometimes the paper clips are enough. unless you're going to do some Tim Holtz collage paper. And I have a whole bunch of these stickers that I found online. I can't remember where, I'm sorry. Pages from a ledger, and just reinforced right here. This is also the Tim Holtz collage paper, and when you flip it over, decorated that with that. It flips up, and I saved the papers after I used my punches, and I thought, what a great way to put some ferns. Actually, the fern that I always have on my desk right here. Those are just pieces of that. I press them under a book and they stay great. So under here is an envelope, and I just pulled that off. Well, and then just a card that I sewed. And the reason I pulled this off is because I don't know how many of you have these. This is an old one, but aren't they neat? What a great paper clip. I just thought they were really fun. Tim Holtz paper again. This is the sample of one of the ledger pages we used from my book from the late 1800s. There it is. And that's the beginning of the signature. Oh, I should tell you, there are only 2 signatures in here, but they're so packed. And oh, right here in the center of that signature is I'm pretty sure that's a Tim Holtz too. Beautiful little piece. And this is one of the pieces we did. What I added was this clip, and you pinch them together. I hope you can see that okay. And then I just ran some string through it. And this is the one that pulls out like that. And it, pulls out on the other side. And goes back down like that. More Tim Holtz paper, another piano paper pocket with a tag that I decorated with mushrooms and that kind of thing. And it flips over. I glued another piece to it. And then I have this really cool raised postcard. And it doesn't have a year on it. And I made a pocket. And there is a ball pin with some ribbon and some buttons. And you can see the back of the piano paper, ledger paper. I fussy cut the pansies out and put them on the Tim Holtz paper. This is a paper clip with a paper clip. And there's a little tuck spot there, and that goes right back in there. And just decorated that page. On this page, it's a plastic envelope. It's not glassine, it's vellum, I would say. And one of these Tim Holtz clips, another postcard, no date. And in this glassine envelope is a dedication to someone, and it came out of a botanical book. And then also in this collection of about this big box of ephemera, and there is the punched out check. Remember when they punched those out? Well, maybe you don't. From the National Bank of Auburn. So there's that. Pretty neat. 1961. And it flips over, and on the other side I have All Good Wishes, and this is beautifully embossed. And we do have a date, 1911, on postcards. I really enjoy them. I put some blueprints, well, they're not blue, but you know, the blueprints that are white, blueprints, from a gardening book, I'm pretty sure. This is an envelope pocket that I did some fussy cut and put that on. This is from a little botanical book, just a card, and it flips over, and I have the stamp, so I put a little bulb pin on here, and that's a nice sturdy envelope. Little bits everywhere. Decorated page, music sheet page, a plain one, so that's the beginning of the next signature. So we have, and when I did my piano paper pockets, I just wanted to put a little decoration on them. There's that gray paper and just a little lace and antique wallpaper. Another card. This is a vellum sticker ledger paper. This one was really fun to do. I had a lot of broken postcards in that box of postcards, and the fronts were ruined, so I saved the back, 1918 on that one, and just embellished them with cutouts, fussy cuts, and antique lace and washi, and it flips over, and on the other side, it became a tuck for this really old tag that I coffee dyed. And there's another part of a broken postcard, which makes a great little tuck. You can tell I'm obsessed with ferns. And here is a Tim Holtz collage paper. Another French page from a book, decorated. Glassine bag with a sticker image, vintage sticker image, laces. And in here is some, these aren't antique, these are the packages you can get that look like an original ephemera, but they're fun to stain and put in there. I think this is a letter, a handwritten letter, and it's not that old, but I loved the writing. Put that up there. Same thing on the back, and just covered the glassine bag with lace with another sticker. This is a paper clip. Another Tim Holtz page, and another page that you could journal on from the ledgers. This is another tuck spot with a tag, and it flips over, and you can see the other side of the piece of piano paper. Under this particular one is Japanese writing, which I have a huge collection of language books, really old language books, and it's fun to see the different fonts, and they're fun to use in mixed media. Another fern, another paper clip, a key with a little lace piece right here. There's another example of the small collage on the ledger paper. Just love the writing. This is a 3D paper clip with just a little paper flower on it. Don't you love this Tim Holtz paper? I love it. And here is another pocket from the piano paper. And I covered clothing tags. I'm gonna admit I have a hard time throwing away any piece of paper. Clothing tags are nice and sturdy. Come on, look how cute that is. So that was really fun. And that just tucks back in there, and it can hang over. And there's the back side of that, which I did cover up with a sticker that I have. A lot more washi on the ledger paper. And here's our other piece. It amazes me that parks looked like this. And this is a park from Rochester. I just can't imagine that somebody, I can imagine how absolutely stunning the gardening was And that was somebody's livelihood. So that pulls out right there, like that. And here is the vintage photos of Norfolk, Virginia. And they probably came in a pack. They were just separated when I got them. And I would say they're pretty early photos because it's horse and carriage. I don't see any vehicles. Tim Holtz paper. And here is a very Victorian inspired paperclip. Another glassine bag with some ephemera in it. Fingerprints, and this is kind of fun. I had this washer and I just, you know, put a hole in there and made a way to tie it around. Some journaling pages, some paper. And I used a vellum piece. I'm pretty sure that's a Tim Holtz thing. Really, like, I don't think you can get them anymore though. And decorated this page. Love those leaves. And here is a pocket that I made out of a napkin, paper napkin, and then this is one of my snippet rolls. And we have a nice playing card and another one of those old checks from 1964. Can you imagine writing a check for $6.50 and that paid for something? Wow. And back here, there's another one of those postcards that was broken, and I just left the edge. So what I made out of it was a tuck, and in the tuck there is a an advertisement card. This is another Tim Holtz card, and I think that's just so neat how that came out. And this is my back page. I made a pocket by sewing doilies together, and I embellished it, and there you can see it is the piano paper again. And I made a little booklet. That's an old Tim Holtz too. And just a couple of things are decorated in there. Lots of different pages. And there we go. And then that. And then that ties back up like that. I'm really happy with the way that came out. So thank you again for spending your time with me. I really, really appreciate that. And you have a great day. Thank you. Bye.